So when you get on social media, the very first thing that you are going to see is a bunch of idiots posting about how hard it is to find a partner nowadays when they are exactly the type of person that is causing the problems and said relationships that they find so hard to find. What you'll also find out is how crazy it is that people will complain about how there's
no more good people in the world.
but they're also one of the reasons why people have given up on dating in the first place. Ironic, but unfortunately, it's very common. The first method is the pandering method, more common with guys, but girls can be included in this too. Basically, what will happen is the pandering method is where you put yourself down and your own gender down at the exact same time so that you can convince the opposite sex that, oh, you're the prize or, oh, you're different from everybody else. And they do this often by manipulating the opposite sex into thinking that they're good partners, even though that they're really not. They'll also do is use girls for their body and they will exploit them sexually. Obviously, when it comes to personality, he can alter the way how he acts so that he doesn't come off as rude, obnoxious, or whatever it is that the girl's looking for. But in most cases, what he'll do is if he's like good looking, has money, or is at least tall, or has some sort of status, the trick will usually work significantly. The next method I would like to talk about is the pity method. Basically, the pity method is where the individual says stuff like, oh, nobody would ever want to go on a date with me. And then after that, they expect the person who they are in love with to go, I feel bad for you. You know what? I'll go out with you because I feel bad for you. Hours later, you start to realize why that nigga is single. So that type of method, does it work? Unfortunately, yes. But is it successful compared to the other method that I brought up before? Absolutely not. This method works at least sometimes, but that usually depends on the type of guy. The final method I would finally like to use is what we like to call forced dating. And forced dating this one is more complicated. This flirting technique only works when the individual is friends with the person who they have a crush on. That's the only time that it works. And the reason why I say that is because when the person is flirting with the person who they are friends with, it is more easier for love to evolve that way because both of y'all already know about each other's struggles. Both of y'all have actually been there for each other. So then it starts to raise questions on how come we're not together? How come we're not dating and all this other shit? Does this method work? Yes, it does. Compared to the second one that I just mentioned, it works most of the time. And this mostly works when it's a guy having a crush on his girl best friend. The question that comes on hand is, how come these methods work so well? That is because our generation's way of dating is completely fucked and completely warped. Unfortunately, we have a lot to discuss about.